looks like we're going to be going over. We're going to be going over dude's 20K run on ACR.
Yeah, ACR.
Okay. He ended up late regging, so but we still got like 600 hands in this, even though he late regged. So it's going to be a good one this week, I think. So. But yeah, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, started out right with the Kings. Super wet flop with top set.
Got to bet it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like most of the time I think you want to check back top set. Especially even when there's flush and straight draws out there, but I don't think I'd mind betting this one being super wet. You know, if he wants to tag along with the heart, I think we should charge him.
Yeah.
Um,
Or a heart with like a heart jack 10 to like
yeah,
ace 10 of a heart with a heart.
yeah. And plus stacked a pot. You know, we've got 9K and there's two out there already. I'd probably go chunky like 12 or 13 maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because we got to know where we're at, right? Because the thin
Yeah,
bet's not really going to push much off here
yeah,
unless they completely missed. But I know that they got a little piece of it
yeah.
because they
You
can
lose.
easily bluff this later. So if you bet
Yeah.
small, they just can smell the blood, I think.
Oh, I
Oh,
end up checking it back.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I was getting action from either way, but I'd probably bet the flop if I could go back and do that one over.
Yeah.
You here, Toe?
I heard his phone ring, and then I think he
Uh,
went on mute.
okay, we'll keep going. Oh, let me disable this little hand thing. Let's fold, 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 fold. Ace King open. Get two callers. Doesn't really hit us, but I mean, if it was just a big blind, I might, bet 40%, try to take it down. But with the good Danny BL, good reg, that's one of, I think he studied with Snost calling right there. I'd probably prefer a check back.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not feeling the middle position.
It's a good turn for us. Now I think we can start firing. Probably on the heavy side with the draws out there. Maybe 60, 65%.
Yeah, I'd probably just throw out like 2K
Yeah.
and look to jam if I get like two calls.
Yeah. That set up for a good river jam. That's super small. Wouldn't get an action anyways. I think I should have bet bigger there though. Fold. I think it's a fold.
Yeah,
Fold. Well, see if we defended this.
got the walk.
We'll take it. So we got a limper with 30,
Oh, he min raised it.
30-ish bigs. Oh yeah, he did min raise it. 30 bigs with a min raise. He's got 20-ish bigs.
Ooh, it's so close.
Yeah, I think it's. Let's see. Charts, flatting and three betting.
Well,
We'll go
I'm
to
thinking of
30.
set mining odds here on this. Is the way I'm looking at it
I
because he's
think it's a
early position,
jam.
right? So we don't
For
really want to be three betting him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we're too short to be three betting. I think it's either
And
well,
it's super close.
small
Well, we need to call
blind.
six. I think I can call six. I think I call
Yeah,
set mine here.
on
It's like
the
right on the cuff.
on the raise your edge charts, 8-8's a call. Small blind versus under the gun. 9-9 is a jam, so it's close. I don't think either is horrible, um, but I probably would just call. Nasty flop for us. He checks back. Not a good turn for us. Probably keep checking. Check, check. So I think we can take ace and king out of his range for sure. We
Oh,
hit
and
the
then we
bingo
spike it on the
card.
river.
Yeah.
I think,
And
well, yeah, we got to go thin value. We got to go thin value here because we're only gonna because all he has left is a 9, maybe.
yeah.
Like,
He's got tens, jacks, queens that might do that, but they're probably not calling a huge bet. Yeah, he's got lower pocket pairs, nine, queen nine. Uh, I'd probably go small. Try to get call from pocket
maybe like
pairs or
7.
nine. Yeah, and we just bomb it.
Ooh.
He folds. Yeah, I should have probably went smaller there to get a call. Uh, flatting and three betting.
Yeah,
Button versus center of the gun. Yeah, that's
a
fold.
half. A little over two and a
I think
half.
it's close. Yeah, maybe king 10. I might call there. King 9 is probably borderline. King 8 is probably a fold. King deuce. Button cutoff. Hijack. Open. Hijack.
I'd be folding that.
Yeah, go to fold. Uh,
I'd be popping that.
yeah,
Maybe. Maybe. Well, I mean, it's technically off of my chart, but this table seems like it's like super tight. You know what I mean?
yeah. I don't mind just letting
I'm,
it go. We're 35 bigs. I would probably lean towards stack preservation as opposed to limping early with hand. If somebody behind the squeezes, it's hard to continue. If I was in cutoff or button, I probably don't mind limping along.
I guess my thing is, it's like really leery. I'm really leery about those like under the gun limps.
Yeah,
Like they either got a monster or they're just not that good. Like it's either or. And I kind of see this as like one of those spots. It's like, well, I can't limp along with the 6-5 with the possibility of them having a monster. So I have to raise it. And I'm
yeah,
pretty disguised. I'm pretty disguised if I do raise it at this table.
yeah. Plus, you got
So,
these three guys with 20 bigs, like easy jam stacks.
oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, that would be a fold because I
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
want
end up
I wouldn't
limping.
want the 8K and the 7K to come along, and then I just pissed away I just pissed some away, you know.
Yeah,
Wait, did he limped called off with 8-8?
eight. Yeah, yeah. I see it a lot. Small pocket pairs. I see it a lot with aces and kings, ace
Yeah.
jack. I had it just a few minutes ago. I regged an ACR tournament and somebody limped under the gun two, and I had 20 bigs, so I jammed my nines and he called off with jack 10 off. So
Mhm.
people are crazy, man. It could be
I'd be
anything.
noting that
Oh,
on Canes fan. I'd be noting
yeah,
that because you know that if he's gonna limp eights, he's gonna limp a lot more. So like, hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
hey.
Oh, your video's on. There you go.
Find the controls. Here we go. Thanks.
There you go. We're going over dude's 20K run.
Nice.
We got the aces facing the min raise. We've got 35-ish. And he's raising off of 18-ish.
Go. I think see a standard three even here. I think might be too much to push this guy off. Like he might flat like 18. Like we
Yeah.
ultimately want him to play for a stack, right?
hmm
So like, do you think we can get him to flat for 18? Like 24, it's pretty much a jam or fold, right? But at 18 he can call.
I know normally you always want to raise pocket aces, but I think this might be a perfect spot to flat with the openers stack size and the big blind behind. We kind of want him in the pot too, and maybe he'll squeeze. So I would
True.
probably prefer a flat here. And if the big blind does end up folding, we check, and then under gun guy, he's liable to just jam it, or put in some more of a stack. Hopefully,
True.
yeah, I think this is a good spot to just flat.
I do like that because if we bet 18, if we bet 18 like I was saying, and king just flats, and then man comes along, and then we jam, king can call with like significantly less and be holding more equity.
Yeah, it's just awkward
in the long term. I think
just awkward stack sizes. But then again, I don't think most of the population has much raised folds off 18 bigs. You're supposed to, you should, but I don't think most people do. Um, yeah, I would probably lean towards just flatten, but we end up raising.
But yeah, I think that raising bid big is probably third best compared to second best being raised small, and then probably first best being just a flat and hope that king squeezes.
Yeah, and they both fold. See, I think we missed value there with just instead of just flatten. 'Cause, I don't mind raising small, but I think it looks super nutted.
Yeah, it'd probably work in a micro game. Probably at this stake, it probably won't work because they fish that out.
Yeah, I think we missed value there. Should just flatted. King Jack, standard open. Even though big blind has 16ish bigs, easy jam stack.
Now, if Peaceful Waters jams on you, are you calling?
Nah, I think I have to fold that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I think bottom of my call range might be maybe King Jack, and that would, or not King Jack, maybe King Queen suited, and even then that'd be super close because most of the time he's gonna have an ace or we're flipping. And I don't, really want to unnecessarily flip for half my stack.
I don't know. What's up, Wisco?
Hi guys, I accidentally fell asleep.
What's up,
Hey,
man?
I owe you $3.30, by the way. I need your ACR name.
Yeah, I just sent it to
Oh, okay.
Twitch. I saw that.
5-4. I'd probably let it go. Honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially, especially with the big blind and small blind having rejam stacks. If they were a little bit deeper, I wouldn't mind opening it. But they can easily jam on me. I think it would just be a waste to open. Yeah, fold, fold.
If you're wondering, Wisco, this is Dude's run or 20K run.
So we've got 30, 35-ish bigs. What do you guys like doing here facing under the gun?
See, my thing is, it's like I don't want to play this out of position, but yet I don't want to get 4-bet off of it either. So I'm kind of like torn. Like, I would probably I'd be sending this hand to hand review, probably, because it like I want to flat it and see a flop, but we're check folding a lot to like low boards. But if we raise, we could get like 4-bet off because we got to preserve our stack at the same time. Like, honestly, I'm up in the air. I'm like 50-50.
I mean, if he 4-bets, I'm just getting it in with Ace King suited for sure. Probably Ace King as well. I guess I would be torn between just 3-betting for value or jamming my 35 bigs and get it in and hoping he calls off with Ace Queen.
Yeah. If you're already like committed to jamming it over a 4-bet, then yeah, it's 3-bet all the way. I don't know if I'm committed yet from an under the gun open. I don't know if I'm 100% committed to getting it in there with Ace King.
Oh, I think you have to with under 40 big, even 50 bigs, Ace King suited. I would get it in against anyone from any position with any stack size. I think it's just too strong to fold. So we end up just jamming, and he folds. Well, see, and that's the problem. Maybe we may have missed value from jamming as opposed to three betting, but then we play out of position against an opener under the gun.
Yeah.
It's
I
both
just
sides.
I guess my thing is I hate like being on the bad side of a flip. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like especially under the gun, he's got more pairs than he has anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it, probably like middle position, late position. Oh yeah, like we're looking to get it in, but like I just feel like he's the majority of his range is all pairs, and I just hate being on the bad side of a flip. I just hate it.
yeah, it sucks, but you got to win flips to win tournaments. That's how you get big stacks, and they're gonna
Yeah.
come up eventually. But yeah, he had the big stack. I think he can call off there with ace queen, maybe even ace jack, depending on how loose he is. So I don't hate the jam, I guess.
I think that if we're taking the mindset that we're going to play ace king suited like we would aces or kings, I think that the jam is good in all reality. Granted, like aces and kings, we're definitely just three betting and trying to get value. But
Yeah,
like I think that if we're already got the mindset that we're going to get it in here with an ace king suited, jam is probably. I think it's I think it's probably the best move. I think, but that's just me.
yeah. I would definitely just three bet aces and kings there, and I should maybe just three bet that some of the times. And maybe it's opponent dependent. Maybe if you got a looser opponent that's gambling and getting it in with garbage, maybe.
Pull up his HUD real quick. Let's look at his HUD.
I feel like we're a bit shallow for a standard three bet.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
we
where I
got.
was at. I don't. I'm not worried about being shallow. I'm more worried about getting four bet off of it because I don't want. I don't really want to play for stacks, but that's just me. Uh, it's a
See,
vacuum for the
we've
most
only got
part.
100 hands, but he's opening
Oh,
super tight under the gun.
yeah.
Eights pretty tight. Um,
Hmm. Yeah, I think with Ace King suited, just if we're already made up our mind that we're going to be playing for stacks, just get it in and hope and just rely on fold equity because he's super tight.
rely on these.
How far into this tournament are we?
What's that?
How far into the tournament are we at this point?
Oh, just like
The handful of hands, maybe 20.
no, just like five hands.
He
Oh,
late
Uh,
he late regged. He late regged, and there's probably like 600 hands in this thing, and we're probably maybe 50 in, 50, 60 in, maybe, if
okay.
that.
uh, what do you guys think? With 40 bigs facing a button open from 20.
Um, 3,000. Pop it to 3,000. Hopefully, Patriot folds and Phobie jams. When we make a call.
Yeah, I don't mind the ISO. It's probably better than flattening and letting the big blind come along.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not looking to set mine. I think that I'm ahead here.
Yeah, we just call. Flop checks. Check, check. Any bets? And it's just to let
We
it
got to
go
fold.
a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Based off of that, I mean, not trying to be results oriented, but based off of that flop, we probably lose though.
Yeah, most likely for sure. I think it's probably a little loose to open, especially with the rejam stacks. I would probably just fold that.
hmm
Jack, jack, standard open.
Bet.
Yeah, I think I would probably lean towards bet too. I think we get just go ahead and take it down and get a fold a vast majority of the time.
Well, also
Uh,
too though. But what about bet sizing though? Because like that hits a lot of his range. Like he got a lot of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we push the gutters and the back doors off with a big bet.
it's pretty
But
dry. I would.
then king is jamming on us, which is okay because we'll fold. Straight draws might jam on us, like a 8-10, 5-6. No, 5-6 isn't jamming. Yeah, so it'd be like 8-10 would be it. Maybe yeah, 8-10 would be it. That'd
So
be all.
you like going big or small?
I think we go big. We just go ahead and go big, and we get jammed on. We just assume he's got a king. So we go like 1800, and then if he jams, we fold because we got room. If he calls, we kind of put him on a draw, or maybe a king with a bad kicker.
We go super small.
I like the small also.
Yeah,
I like so small that it's a check.
yeah. Because we have a lot of the kings. We have all the pairs.
I just don't want to get check raised. I don't want to get called. Well, I mean, for 600, you bet so small.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get called here, see a turn, and then check, and then have him bet. And now, does he have a 9? Does he have 8-10? Does he have a king?
Right.
Where does he have? Does he have 10s? Where's he at? Where am I at? I don't know. I'm getting a showdown by.
Yeah, I like it. And if he's got a king, I think he would check jam that the majority of the time. And if we do get check jammed, I think we save money by going small.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just let it go.
No, but he might even bluff the turn, or even bet for what he thinks is value with the worst hand on the turn.
Mm-hmm.
So we check. He bets or
check call.
Then we have like, let's say a 4 comes on the turn. He bets a 9.
He bets a 9. He bets a 7. He bets as a bluff, and then he still bets his kings that he checked to the aggressor. But we get the pot control at that point.
Ace jack under the gun. I think that's at the very bottom. Most of the time at the very bottom of my opening range, but I'll still open it. Fold to a 3-bet. Let's take it down. You guys coming along here?
Me 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, me now. Like, depending. I'll be 100% honest here. Like, if I have like 5 tables running and I'm in 2 of the hands, I'll fold this. If this is the only hand up, I might actually call it and play it because I can pay attention and give it the attention it needs to play.
Yeah, I think we have to come along. We've got 50 bigs. We're getting massive odds. We're always going to have more than 16% equity, I think. Easy hand to get away from if we don't hit.
I agree.
I think this is one
it's
of
funny
those.
You say that because I have Echo Labs open right now to see how tight I can go and still have that 16%.
Yeah, I think we made a mistake there by folding. Of course, we would have
So
folded
against
flop.
10s plus, ace queen suited plus, and ace king off, we still are getting 26%.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to make it tighter than that. So let's take 10s, jacks out. Now we just have ace kings, aces, kings, and queens. We still have 27.5%.
Yeah.
So now I take out ace kings. Now it's just aces, kings, and queens. We still have 19%.
Yeah. Is there? I mean, besides your deuce sevens, your nine deuces, your eight fours, are there any hands that you're letting go there for sure? Or
Fuck, I mean, like 7-2 off.
yeah, just your bottom of the bottom garbage.
Yeah, you're actually not even getting the right odds for 7-2 off.
Yeah.
Like 8-2, 9-2. I'm trying to see like some of this garbage stuff. Yeah, like the 8-2s, 9-2s, 7-2s, 3-4s, 2-3 offsuits. All of those, you're not getting the right odds. So the junkie is to the junkie.
Yeah, makes
Anything
sense.
even mildly coordinated though for a min raise, you should be defending.
For sure. Jam, let go. I don't see any reason in calling that. Do you guys ever flatten there?
It's 3 better.
He's got to be like super like spazzy for me to make that call, I think.
Yeah, I think even suited, I would probably let that go. Just stack based on stack size. Um, super short.
I mean, what I mean by super spazzy, like he's got to be like 40-30. He's got to be like 60-35 and like almost no aggression factor, so I know that he'll check to me. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he's opening super wide EP. Do you guys ever see merit for a 3-bet there?
The problem is what can you 3-bet it to that doesn't commit you to call off?
Right. And we
That's
3-bet this guy earlier with aces and the small blind versus his under the gun open, and he folded. But I think you got 2 other rejam stacks here. I'd probably just let it go. Even ace-6 suited, I would probably let go. Fold. Fold that. It's in an interesting spot. Got 36 bigs. You guys flatten, 3-betting, jamming.
definitely not flatting. And definitely not folding.
He's got 44. Yeah, I think I like a 3-bet. Squeeze, good squeeze spot. Maybe
My thing is, what can we bet that we're not going to be calling an overjam with? Well,
if I 3-bet, I'm getting it in.
Yeah, we never want to fold to a jam, right?
do we just jam this then?
No, I would bet and let him come over the top. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe 37, between 37 and 4. 3, 13, maybe 38, maybe 3.5.
Yeah, 47, 45.
Sizing up because the
Out
other
of
guy
position.
coming along
And you're out of
and
position.
out of position. Yeah.
I actually do like kind of the 47, like the 45, 47, maybe even like 5K, just because it puts BR like a quarter of his stack and gives him more incentive to jam.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, 5K you're kind of digging into your own fold equity there. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, reverse fold equity. I don't know how to explain it, but like, if we bet 5, BR knows that at this level knows that if he jams, we're calling, right? So it kind of pulls his it kind of tightens his range.
Well, no matter what, it's going to tighten his range when you're cold 3-betting here in the small blind of all places. Like you're shot and strike no matter what. So he's going to come along or not. What we don't want to do is like give a good price or limp along and have king queen get a free flip. Or if this guy is going to spaz off with 9s, 10s, 8s, we want to give him every opportunity to do that, right?
Yeah, I like 45, 47 sizing. It gives him, or we can just jam. I think we missed value again there by jamming.
A little too much.
Yeah. Standard open. Try to induce a jam here. Just get a flat off a short stack.
I always think it's funny when people like min plus like that, like
Yeah.
1,005. Is that just
And
because you
well,
think you
I
get a little
noticed.
extra fold equity, or is that just because
No,
you want to
no.
make it look like you're typing and not
There
just clicking
when I
buttons?
first started, I was battling back and forth between 2.1, 2.2, 2.25, or just min raise straight across the board. And I noticed Snost would 90% of the time just min raise across the board. And we had discussions back and forth about it. And his reasoning was, I min raise, I can raise more hands
Yep.
more often and
Your
save
three
more
bets are
money.
smaller, your C bets are smaller, your double barrels are smaller.
Right. And I always, and I read a lot about 2.5 being optimal. And I think, when you're 100, 200, 300 big blinds deep, yeah, 100% 2.5 the majority of the time.
Mhm.
And then I saw Matt Staples do this, 2.01 bet. It was like 1,005, 502.
Just
And
something
his
that doesn't look like a min raise.
Yeah, and that was his exact reasoning, just so that it registers as more than a min raise to them. And I don't know if that's,
I don't know. I mean, I've had this. I've been a min raiser for 10 years, and then for a short stint here for the last 6 months or so. Maybe not last six out of the last 8 months. I was doing 2.5 when I was 40 blinds or more, and then going back to min raising more or less than 40 for all those same reasons. And now I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just min raising.
what
I just min
was
raise
there a
across the board.
specific reason you went back, or did you have
I just don't
mixed
think I'm
calls?
getting that much more fold equity with 2.5.
Right.
And I'm aggressive and active.
Mhm.
And so I give myself the most room possible.
Yeah,
I don't think 1,000 is any different than 1,005. It is a little bit of a brain fuck.
Yeah.
People. But I mean, are you again? Like, I wonder how many times you're getting more fold equity going 1,005 than 1,000. And I 12 to 15 table and stream, so
right.
just click
I
them
don't
in
think.
is easy for me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I use the table tamer, so I've got the automatic bet size overlay HUD, which works 90-ish% of the time. So I just click a button. I don't have to type it in or anything. But
Do
yeah,
you
I
ever
don't
have
think
it
it
fuck you
makes.
because it didn't do what you wanted to and you didn't realize till it was too late?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's got this thing where it lays out your tables automatically when they pop up. So I've got the overlay, and they're kind of overlapped, so I can fit 6 on my monitor, and it's auto bring into focus. So when the action is on your table, it pops that one to the front. Well, it happened once. I guess once over the last year is okay. It brought a table to the front when I was
About
clicking
to
action
click?
on another table, and I folded pocket aces. And
Yeah, I've done that a bunch of times.
Yeah,
I've done that without table tamer a bunch of times, just tile and stacking. That's funny.
You're just balancing your folding range. It's cool.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let it go. I'll never forget, man. Have you guys seen that streamer? His name's Swin, Cwien.
Yeah.
Did you see where he
that spot? Oh god, he got murdered.
Oh man, I'm so good. I folded aces pre, and come on, guy, get the fuck out of here.
It's just because the other hand happened to hit, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy. I'm the unluckiest guy in the world with kings. I'm going all in.
Yeah, I've noticed lately.
I'm still going all in with kings. I'm not gonna stop.
Every time.
Every time.
What size you guys like going here? Do you like a check back?
Well,
It's just a min raise and a call, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see it. Can I see his HUD?
Yeah.
I mean, his name is YOLO All In. What more do you need?
YOLO. 2014, 16, 50% fold to C bet, 7-14. 15% check raise. 20 bigs.
Partridge in a pear tree.
What's our stats?
Oh.
What's our C bet? C bet's 33%. I'd check it back.
I don't hate either one. It is kind of a wet board, the 4-7 with his small blind defend range. I think we probably just want to bet and take it down, maybe bet and induce him to jam with his straight draws and his flush draws. I think we're probably getting folds a majority of the time with the ace out there opening from the button. Due to the wetness and it, besides the ace, the 4-7 kind of connects with his range. I might go, 40%.
I'm just worried about the spades, really. I mean, well, I'm slightly worried about the spades. I mean, I'm not really worried about the 6-5. Not really worried about like an 8-5 or an 8-6. You know, I mean, if they're there, they're there. Like, if we bet big, he's coming along anyway. Like,
But
I
that's
just
okay,
think
right?
that we're more likely to get him to make a mistake if we check.
Yeah, I don't mind a check back. I think it's a pretty decent ace to check back.
I think
Plus,
it's a,
plus our stats, like we push off a lot. Like I guess I'm not trying to push him off here. I guess that's my thing. Like I'm
Right.
c betting 33%, which is pretty much like is pretty fit or fold, figuring we hit 30% of flops, right? So and then he folds 50% of the time. I think that those two stats combined kind of says to me that I would much rather get value later in the hand than earlier in the hand against this guy right now.
I think our value street's right here. I mean, let him make the mistake of calling with the draw. And
agreed.
I'm explaining
7
that.
will come along too. Spades always coming along. I think if he had a better ace, he would have raised you pre.
Yeah.
Now, I like checking back aces with this kicker on a lot of boards and a lot of spots. I just don't know if this is the spot, considering he didn't 3-bet his pre, and this is a wet board for the big blind defense.
Yeah. So we do. We end up going.
I would go big too, like
What's our buy-in here?
16 something, right?
Yeah, 1650.
Is the 7K or the 10K one of those?
The high stakes Wednesday, 20K.
Ooh, nice one. Yeah, I would go bigger than this personally. I would go.
Yeah, because I guess if he has any type of draw or a 7 or 4, he's probably going to call regardless of what we bet. So might as well get more value
I'd
early.
go twice this. Yeah.
That's a good point. Check. You guys like going small again? You want to beef it up? I might go like 27, 28. Try to induce a jam. Maybe even bigger, maybe 32.
I'd go big to induce a jam at this point.
Me too.
Ooh, we end up
Yeah, I
checking
think
back.
3 is what we want. Oh,
Yeah. I don't think we want to check back and give any free cards. I think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
The problem is like if he had a draw that was going to call, you get that value on the turn.
Right.
But
Yeah.
then gets to the river and he misses, you lose that value, right?
Yeah.
Here you got a call, so he's got a 7, right?
there's worse aces out there.
Let's see. Oh, it's not going to let us see.
Yeah,
I forgot
good
it's
see,
ACR. Yeah. Yeah, we probably missed some value on the turn, and on the river we probably could have went a little bit bigger. Because I mean, if we bet check back, we probably don't have many aces in his perception. So yeah, I think missed value on a few spots there. Fold, fold.
I think that's kind of one of those spots we've been talking about. Maybe a bet line.
Especially at these stakes, 16 and under. Like these guys are so bad, just a lot of it's just getting the fucking value. When you get up to the 33s and the 55s, you need more balance. You need more tricky. But 11 and under, 1650 is kind of right in that range.
Yeah.
Because all the $11 guys are taking a stab at 1650, right? Just like all the $11 guys take a stab at the $22 50K on Sundays. So.
And then all like the super micro guys like me, we're like, oh, it's Sunday. I get to play the $5
$5
10K.
Boski took second in that yesterday.
Who
He's
did?
always making a
Boski.
deep run in those huge fields, man.
It's good, man.
He did.
Very often.
He doesn't get enough credit. He's good. He's a little swarmy. I know him personally, but he's a hell of a poker player.
Yeah, I'd never heard of him before I started playing ACR.
He and I have a really weird history together. We were like destined to be friends. He did a 5-part training video. He got heads up in a $3 tournament on WSOP. He did a 5-part training video like 3 or 4 years ago, and by sheer coincidence, it was against me. And somebody, I had no idea who he was, and a friend of mine saw his video because he's got like 100,000 YouTube subscribers or whatever. And they're like, "Oh, this dude did a video about doing heads up against you." And the cool thing about it is I beat him, and he still put the video out, which I thought was cool. And then after that, when he came to Twitch, before he came to Twitch, he and I did press for ACR during the World Series. So I met him there, and we were together for a minute. And then when he came to Twitch, for some reason, I was the first person he went into the stream of, and someone gift subbed him to my stream. And so the only emote he had, this is before he was an affiliate or a partner, the only emote he had was a toe. And so in his own chat, whenever he did something awesome, he said, "Get your toes out." And he told everyone to put the toes in his stream. And so, yeah, we ended up being friends. And so, yeah, he threw me the host last night, like a 100-man host last night. So,
Yeah. That's a pretty cool
Anyways.
story, man. Yeah, I played that 33-15K. I didn't have much luck in it. It was cool to see you go deep.
God, that
cool,
fucking-
cool to see Fishing Lake get there with you, man. That was nice.
yeah, and that final table was so weird, man. 3 blinds, 5 blinds, and then 2 10-blind stacks. And I see
Yeah.
weirdness.
I didn't get to watch the end of it. I had to crash because
Yeah,
it was going late, but I watched most of it.
I'm not sure. That one I'm excited to review tomorrow.
You guys opening this Queen 9 suited button
No.
cutoff hijack from MP? I think it's an open, according to the charts. Button cutoff hijack. Yeah, I would get 2 possible regem stacks. I would probably still open it though.
This is 100% open. All positions.
I don't. Yeah, maybe sometimes under the gun.
Is it under the gun? That's what I was trying to see. Was everyone in his hand?
No, it's from MP.
MP, it's an open.
Yeah. With the charts, the Raise Your Edge charts say it's 50% frequency open from under the gun with 60 bigs.
Cool.
Fold to 3 bets. So yeah, it wouldn't be horrible to open it. I guess dependent on your table dynamics and your players. Back here. Checks to us. You guys like C-bet here?
I like the small C bet.
Yeah.
I think it
Wow.
accomplishes all the things that a large C bet would.
I think I would
actually
probably.
folded this.
You actually do what?
I folded this pre, so
Okay.
Yeah, but have you ever been in a spot like this with Queen 9 suited?
I mean, we could have. Yeah.
If Johnny, have you ever been in a spot like this with Queen 9 suited?
before I joined Team Toe, I'm sure I probably had tons of spots like this, and I probably lost my stack a lot.
I was gonna ask, like, if you were ever in the spot, do you see bet?
It's not really relevant because I've changed my game since I'd actually play this.
So you're just never in the spot. That's a fair answer.
I think that range, the board smacks our range hard. It's super wet. I would probably go 65-ish% here as a one and done. I think we take it a majority of the time.
So
I'll
you're
probably
folding,
go-
you're just giving up on spade turns and
Ah,
jack turns.
uh,
You didn't
Either-
like it. You at least
either-
cringed.
yeah, there are a couple of good turn cards for us. And what do we have? I guess double barrel wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we got a good card for our range.
Yeah, I kind of tricked you because I'm checking this back. But
Yeah.
do you think because I don't want to have to bet this and then bet the good card on the turn? And now I'm out here with Queen 9 in a weird spot.
I just feel like if we check this here,
Mhm.
he
You
He
get
can
free reign to bet the turn.
right, yeah.
But
And we
does
just let it go.
What's his stance?
Let's see. Short. Oh, we've only got 7 hands, but
Oh,
they're
so we have
wild.
nothing? Yeah, I'm checking. I don't want to get check. I guess if I get check raise, I'm just folding.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're in a weird spot.
And he's a big blind to fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, I almost feel like this is a good barrel card to get a 6, a 10 to fold.
Yeah.
As played, I will say I'd probably double barrel this.
You
I
block
double
it.
barrel
You
it strong.
You going big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe 35 or 38.
Yeah, 60% or so.
Take it down. Yeah. So
I mean, it works. It definitely works. But you
Right.
got to have the balls to pull the trigger on the turn like you did,
Mhm.
and it's a bit risky.
Yeah, it's super good for our range. It's hard to continue there. So if we check back the flop, and he checks the turn,
Oh,
you
I'm
firing
betting it all day
big 60, 60,
Oh, yeah,
65
for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
I don't even care. I could have my cards could be face down. I wouldn't even know what they are, and I would bet it.
Yeah. And maybe that's a better, less risky line to take.
Experience.
Check bet big. Do you just give up if he bets turn?
With this hand,
Yeah.
I'm probably with the spades. That 7 was offsuit. I might float it.
Yeah.
And I think my queen is still good here. We did kind of open the door. We picked up a gut shot.
For me, he'd have to go like super small, like 1,200 for me to call. I think anything higher than that, maybe 15, because he is
40%
kind of
under.
spazzy, like
Yeah.
based off of the stats I do have. But I'm not going to go any bigger than that in that situation, I think.
You guys opening this under the gun too?
Oh yeah, I'll open this, but I won't open the queen. I'm kidding. No.
Yeah, I think it's another bottom of the range open. I don't, folding it's okay, I guess, but I think it's a bottom of the range open.
Actually, technically, we hold more equity with this hand than we do the queen nine.
It's less gapped.
In all reality.
Just let it go.
Man, where'd the time go?
Defending, that's almost a 3x.
I don't even need to see stats for this one.
Yeah.
Holding.
I think I let it go. If he does it to me again,
You should still let it go.
well,
Or 3-bet it.
guess-
I guess 3-betting it is fine if you're going to do something.
right. That's kind of that's my thing. Like I probably let this one go, and then if it comes around and does it again, I'm probably tightening my range, but yet widening my 3-bet range.
I like that. I don't know if this is necessarily a good 3-bet spot, but like if I had queen 9 here, I would 3-bet it if I thought this guy was trying to steal my blinds a lot,
Yeah.
Queen 10, queen jack, king queen, any paint, any pair, any
Yeah.
ace.
I know we're supposed to defend a lot, but I feel like a majority of the time we're just going to be check folding.
Yeah, and you defend more when it's 2.5 and under, right? The 3x
Right.
tightens you up a bit.
Big blind, but
All right. Kind of interested in this, so I'm going to take this from the car. I'll try and chime in if I can.
okay. There's another one. Fold. Button cutoff, hijack, where that could be. Cutoff versus under the gun 2. I think this is. Well, what do you guys think? What are you guys doing here?
King, queen up.
Can I see his stats?
We've got 48 bigs.
48 bigs. He's 18,
He's got
14.
67.
We block a lot of this. I'd flat this if I wasn't scared someone was going to 3-bet me on the backside. If I was thoroughly confident that I wasn't going to get 3-bet on the backside, I'd flat this. I don't want to 3-bet him really because I think that he does outrange us right now, and I don't mind capping my range against that guy, knowing I block a lot of his shit for straights.
I just hate flatten and this guy getting the chance to come. These three getting a chance to come along or squeeze us for good odds. I would probably 3-bet or fold, and I would. Let's see, 0%, 60. I don't hate either one. I would probably be, half the time 3-bet, fold it, half the time 3-bet, half the time just let it go. It's not that strong. King queen suited, I might flat with a suited king queen. I think it plays a little better post flop. Flatting and free. Let's see what the charts say. Cut off. King queen off, flatting, 3-betting, 50 bigs from the under the gun open. The raise your edge charts has it half the time call, folding to a squeeze, and half the time 3-bet folding it. So I guess we could go either way. We end up just letting it go. I don't think it would have been a horrible call or a 3-bet.
Wait, how often does it have you open folding it?
Well, it has us flatting an under the gun open from the cutoff with 50 bigs, 50% of the time calling, and folding to a squeeze from one of these guys, and 50% of the time three betting it. So it doesn't actually have us folding; it just has a
So
call or three bet.
0% fold.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So that was probably a small mistake.
So I probably fold there a lot. I mean,
Yeah. I don't hate folding. King Jack off is a fold. Queen Jack off is a fold.
Yeah.
I think it's the bottom of the range. But maybe it's one of those opportunities we missed to
yeah, I
three
mean,
bet
you're
and just take
blocking
it
a
down.
lot of good hands, I guess.
Yeah, King's a good blocker to have. Jack Queen. You guys
That's
opening
super
this?
close.
Button cut off from the MP.
I have it as a fold. Is low jack? I got it as a fold.
Cut off.
It's like
Yeah.
right on the cuff though.
Yeah, I think it's another one of
This
those
table's
bottom of the
relatively
range.
tight. Like, I mean, these seem like these are pretty good players. I feel like that we can get opens through and pick up blinds here.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think we want to start making the mistake of folding and letting go too many of the bottom of our range and tightening up too much, which I think is an issue I have. I think I tend to get tighten it up in certain spots and where I could open my range up a little bit and play more of the bottom of my range, especially in situations where we can likely run over the table. So I'll probably lean towards opening this.
Welcome back, sir.
Oh, we get a three bet. You guys ever calling this?
No.
Yeah,
We're
me
Sound like shit because I'm in the car. Let me mute myself. Sorry.
You sound like an air traffic controller.
You sound very clear, though. Just
Am I
different.
clear to land?
You guys ever calling that?
Well, he did it again. He just did it to us again. But I think King Deuce. I think we're gonna have to let another one go.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to really widen my range and then tightening my three bet range, or like I'm tightening my range and widening my three bet range. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
he's raising us again too. What do you guys like doing with the Queen Jack?
I'm definitely popping that.
Yeah,
For
I think
sure.
so too.
Is there merit to flatting here?
Yeah, I don't think it's horrible to flat, but I think with his cutoff range, I think he might be folding it a majority of the time, and Queen Jack plays well post flop, so I wouldn't mind three betting or folding, but I think it might be better to take the aggressive line compared to the conservative line a majority of the time, especially against somebody who's opening, who's playing 53, 37, 50.
And he's stolen our blinds. And he's
Yeah.
stolen our blinds 3 rounds in a row almost.
Now, if this guy was, 14, 9, 13, I would be probably more likely to just flat. I think.
Interesting you say that because I think I agree with a lot of the statements like Queen Jack flops well and whatnot. But if this guy has crazy numbers with a 50% three bet and all that shit, like he's the four betty type. I'm gonna flat this because I want to play a flop,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to have to three bet fold this. If I had Queen Jack offsuit, interestingly enough, I would be three betting it all day.
Well, my stats are set up different. This isn't his three bet. His three bet's 0-7. This is his call any pre-flop raise. So he hasn't three bet any.
Okay, fair enough. I can't see the numbers anyways, but I mean, even still, my default would be to flat this. I can three betting it, but again, I don't want to fold to a four bet, so that's
right.
kind of caused me to flat.
Yeah.
You're not driving, are you, Tuff?
Of course I am.
That's crazy.
Be careful, man. So we do end up popping it, sizably popping it, and getting fold. And that's he's raised this. That's third time raised in a row. I don't know. I don't hate flat neither though. I'm playing post. I think it's standard open.
Yeah.
Get folds. Under gun, standard open. Calls everywhere. pretty decent flop for us. You guys like betting?
Open fold. They got the straight. They flopped it. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm popping it.
What size do you like?
I gotta go big.
Yeah, I think so
pick it
too.
up strong.
Get action from an ace. Any jacks with the want to come along for the straight draw, charge the hell out of them. Worst kings. Definitely, I think going big, 60, 65, 60, 70%. Let's go 32. Call.
Oh,
Beautiful card for us. I don't see any reason to stop betting. He's got 21 behind. So if we want to, let's see, 5.
I think I'm still just going 7 here. Calling jams.
7. Yeah, I guess.
Early jams.
about 7,500.
I guess the
little over
question for
top.
me would be if we want to go big and leave just a little behind, or if we want to go to an appropriate sizing to set up a pot size river jam. And I think
Right.
that might be, which you don't want to give him. I guess, we've got the hearts, which takes out some of his straight outs. So yeah, that's what I would probably do. I would probably go
5K.
5. That puts 20 in the pot.
Yeah.
That's even a little big, maybe 30, 35, 7, 18.
Just
Yeah, maybe
because-
like 4K. 4K would put 19ish, 20 out there, and that would leave us with 19 or 20. I think it might be a little on the small side, but it sets up a river pot size jam.
I find it interesting that this is the first time I've done this with the dude that we differ a little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. I just find it
right.
interesting. Yeah, I would bet bigger too because I don't want to let the ace off cheap, and I don't want the draws off cheap, and they're gonna call here and then whiff the river, and then we're gonna jam, and they're not gonna get called anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So get your value here.
I guess maybe I get a little too caught up on the getting your pot size jam in, which maybe it's not that important.
Here it's just when are they going to call the bet? Are they going to call it here? Are they going to call it when they whiff the river? Probably going to call it here, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's exactly why I was thinking like 7.5, because if we're gonna get a call, we're gonna get it here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because if he has an ace, he's probably not going to fold. Might as well get the value now, as opposed to getting a little value and risking a fold on the turn. I see that. So we go small. Good call.
Wow.
Jam. See, I would set it up pretty perfect for a jam. So if he has an ace, he's... Oh, we didn't even jam it. I don't like that. Yeah, I think we missed a lot of value there. That should have been a jam. I think going bigger on the turn and then getting the rest in on the rivers probably better on.
I'll be honest with you, dude. I actually think that the small bet there is probably better than jamming, because at least you're getting some value, because that king is really is like an action killer.
Yeah, and
like,
I
if
think
he's got an ace, like.
Yeah, and I think that sometimes, but there's a strong counter argument to that, and it's the times that he is calling off stacks and you're betting small, you're missing out on so much value that it might override that line of thinking. And I think it does the majority of the time. If he's got something that's going to call, charge the fuck out of him. And I just wasn't thinking that at this time.
These stakes we were talking about earlier, right? Bet. That's kind of the same thing.
Right. Yeah, so there are definitely some spots where we're missing value.
Yeah. I guess my thing is, it's like the king pairs the board, right? So we could bet small and still maybe get value off of an ace. But if a heart comes, we're going to get a lot more value off of an ace, so we can jam. I guess that's kind of how I look at it. If a heart comes that doesn't pair the board, we can jam there and get more value.
Yeah, but the thing is, we bet bigger on the turn. The jam on the river is easier, and it's harder for them to fold their ace because the pot to stack ratio is bigger, and they're already committed.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I do think your line of thinking definitely has a lot of, logic to it.
Yeah. You guys ever coming along in the small blind with this bad boy?
I don't think so.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I think big blind, yeah, but small blind, I could probably let it go.
That's kind of a less than 1.5 years ago thing. Get rid of.
Hold that. Button cutoff hijack. I think that's a fold. I think that's super light. We could,
No, I don't think so. I'm happy. I would have folded that too.
yeah, with the suited, I would open it. Offsuit, I think I just let it go. I don't like opening weak offsuit aces. Maybe the button or the cutoff, but I think it's a little. It's okay to fold.
We
It's kind of
know
like one of those box only hands. Like you're only opening that in the box.
Yeah.
with 4 behind, I think I'm raising this fair amount. I think it depends a lot on my big blind. Who's in the big blind? Oh, the big
40.
blind.
That specific big blind is calling you every time.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
I'm
pretty
probably just
wide open.
fold.
Yeah, 40 bigs from the hijack. Looks like ace 8 off is the cutoff. So that's, yeah, just let it go. Fold that. Oh. Coming along here, 100%.
100% coming along.
Float,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's get in there with the jack 10 and flop the joint.
Flop the house. You just
You
flopped
guys-
the giant mansion.
Always checking back.
Oh, yeah. Unless they're all like super fishy, super passive, which isn't the case.
Well, wait, you're not the aggressor here, right? You were facing aggression, so
Right.
you always check to the aggressor, right?
Yeah.
It's checked to the aggressor, but like I can see a
Check raise,
justifiable like
bet
donk
back.
bet here if like all three of these players are like super passive, but we know that the guy on the button is like super spazzy. So yeah, I mean in this spot, yeah, but I can see where it could be justified as a donk against super passive players.
I don't know if I ever want to risk folding out people with the nuts. So I'd probably just check back there. Check. Bet. You guys just calling or you like popping it?
Well, with a call, I'm a little leery of a flush coming around, so I probably pop it while I still have value.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, I like. I think we probably want to pop it to get value in early that we may not be able to get on later streets. Your flush draws, your queens. Ace 9 might get sticky. Sizing, I don't want to scare him away too much, but maybe 3x, maybe 5-ish, 57.
45.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Check raise, bet. Again, like at this stake level too, the players are bad. Just bet with your bet hands.
Yeah, so prop it up to 5. Oh, and we get a rejam, which is beautiful. Comes along, call.
We love rejams with the nuts.
Yeah. So he came out with the queen. Oh, and it showed us that time. Yeah. So if we just flat there, the king's a scare card. We'd never get all his chips.
Yeah, and then the diamond comes too, which is another action killer, right?
Right. Yeah. So I think it's definitely good to get it all in the flop there.
Well, we got the super spazzy guy out. Now we can play some cards again.
Yeah. King deuce, limp. I think I'm always coming along here with just a limp. Because this happens sometimes.
Check.
Check. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not ever checking it with a king, and you're never actually betting without it. So like, you know what I mean? Like,
You want to start betting
Any
now?
action you take is strength if you're taking it pre-flop or on the flop, right?
Yeah.
Bet like 800.
2,000.
I guess we don't have any blockers either. I guess there could be a
Well, I guess
argument.
I like, I would normally, my gut, instinct off the top of my head is go small to try to get a call, but then you think, what's calling you? An ace, a nine, heart draw, club draw. And if they're calling, they're probably going to call whatever you bet for the most part. So I think that might be a good argument for going, 60%, 70%, 18 to 2.
Yeah.
2K.
100% agree. Actually, my first instinct was to go small too, but then at Wisco said bet big, and I had the same exact thought.
Yeah, I think betting big's probably good here.
Yeah.
And I kind of like a big bet too, just because we don't have the blockers to the flushes, right? So like,
Well, we have the shittiest blocker we can have, but yeah. In my opinion, it's a blocker. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Do much.
Since we bet small, like it's the same reasoning. I think if he probably doesn't have much at all that's going to call us, so we might as well go a little bit bigger on the chance that he does have an ace or a lone 10 that came along that wants to call. Or should go small again. Yeah.
Still
Yeah,
good.
I think we missed 16. I think we missed about 1,200 chips there on the turn by not sizing up.
yep.
You still had 2 players in on that river. Did I see that correctly?
But if we do bet big on the turn, are we betting big on the flop then, or on the river?
Never mind. Sorry.
If we bet big on the turn, are we betting big on the river, on that river?
Probably. On the lone chance he has an ace that wants to come along.
Yeah.
I think he's probably folding out his missed draws, whether we go big or small. So we probably should lean towards big to get value from an ace.
Now, what if like a heart?
I agree, but I don't think that's a spot where I'll go 2/3 big, but I'll.
So okay. Yeah. So if we bet big on the turn and a heart or a club comes on the river, what are we doing then?
Probably check calling.
Okay.
I don't want to bet get raised. I mean, if he jams, maybe I can find a fold. For 8K into a 4K pot, I can probably let it go. But if he bets like half pot or something, I'm just gonna call. I think.
But if we would have bet big on the turn, it would probably be 1 SPR at that point. So we would probably be calling his river jam.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I
Okay.
wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, I like a big old bluffy bet on that river.
And plus, not a majority of the time, but often, if I've got a good value hand like this, and the flush does come in, sometimes if I don't think he'll call, I'll check and let him bluff at it, and sometimes they do. So that's another thing to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna let that go. Let go. Fold. Let's fold. You guys like limping along here or popping it up a little bit?
I mean, we kind of talked about this earlier. Like, I would much rather pop it against an under the gun raiser or under the gun limper a lot wider than just flatting. So, like, I mean, yeah, I think I do pop it on this guy just because he's limping under the gun. I want to know if he's got a monster or not. Like,
yeah, and he's limping a lot. He's limping 23% of his hands. Yeah, I don't mind popping it. I think 9-10 suited is probably at the bottom of my pop-a limper range. But I hate to just limp
if this player's limping 23% of the time, then I'm less. Oh, what was his other? So he's 42.57.
Here's his. Well, I've got my HUD broken up in a couple different.
He's 35. He's 35.11.
Yeah.
36. So like against this player though, I think I might actually limp behind because I'm confident that he doesn't have a monster because he limps in all other positions, right?
Yeah, I think that's more of a reason.
Your biggest concern should be how many people behind you are going to raise you if you limp it.
Right.
And then you got an ISO pot that's going to get super loaded. I would tend to raise it so that I'm in control here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there are too many people behind that could pop it. I don't want a limp call. I would rather take the initiative and be the aggressor and fold out their bullshit. So yeah, I
if
would.
we were like on the button or the cutoff and there was a hijack limp or something, you want to limp behind, I could see that a little better, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Plus, we'll have a better position that way. What about sizing? You like going 3.5, 4?
I can't see what the bed size is,
2,500.
but I would go whatever my normal raise size is plus 1 for the limper.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe 3x. And plus, if he's percent of hands, he's folding. Well, he's limping 23% of hands. He's calling 81% of those limps. If he's limping a bunch of garbage, I want to charge him. Just
Yeah,
to
this player
take
type
that
is
garbage.
generally the guy who's going to limp call you always and then check fold your C bets when he misses. So
Right.
you just print money that way.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you have your stats set up there.
Yeah, it took a while to get used to set it up. You got VPIP, PFR, call, pre-flop raise, 3-bet, fold to 3-bet after raise. I just threw this one in recently, 4-bet pre-flop. There wasn't a stat I could find that showed somebody's 4-bet, and I still can't find a stat that says 4-bet after raise. So this is just 4-bet, whether he raised or not.
Hold'em Manager too, right?
No, I've got Poker Tracker.
Oh, do you? Well, Poker Tracker has the 4-bet ratio, so like it'll actually range it for you. It'll give you a percentage range based off of their 4-bet. They got a 4-bet ratio.
I don't know what that means. 4-bet ratio.
So basically, I don't know the exact like mathematical algorithm that they use, but the idea is the number that's printed is the percentage range that they actually 4-bet. So if it's like 2.5, you know that they're only 4-betting like aces and kings, right? But if it's like 7.5, you know they're a little bit wider. They're probably like aces, kings, queens, jacks, ace, king.
Right. Yeah, like this guy, he's got a 15%.
And for me, like, I'm not the biggest HUD guy, and I know that, but I know NCB is a big HUD guy, and I know that's who we're modeled after. And so I just question, like, how often do you use that 4-bet stat? Like, I don't get 4-bet that often.
Right.
If I do, it's certainly not light. Like, it's almost never light. I just wonder if that particular stat has much value.
I don't know. Like I said, I just added it, and I haven't used it a whole lot. But there have been certain situations where I do get 4-bet, where I'm kind of looking for that. Not very many, mind you. Very rare. But it's just I don't have a whole lot on the HUD.
Fold the 4-bet.
Yeah.
The only time that I really
fold to 4-bet
the only time that I ever really use it is when I just 3-bet with like ace queen suited, and the guy 4-bet jams with like 35 bigs, and I got like ace queen suited, or I got like pocket jacks. Like that's when I actually look at it and see how often they actually 4-bet.
Yeah, and I guess the majority of the time, you're not going to have enough hands on them to really use it for
you don't get
judgment.
4-bet often enough for that stat to have much relevance.
So it's probably not going to be that useful. So we do end up just limping. I think I would have preferred to pop it. We luckily didn't get squeezed. Button came along. Big blind came along. Beautiful flop for us. Everybody checks. I assume you guys like betting here. What size you guys going?
I'm going small.
Small?
Yeah. Because if I do get 3-bet, like, I don't mind making the call. If I go big and they 3-bet me, now I'm playing in a bloated pot, right?
I think I like going big on this one to fold out overcards, fold out ace highs. We've got 2 overs, good draw. We've got a lot of equity. So, I mean, if you bet 33%, you bet small. King, queen's probably coming along. Ace 10's coming along. Ace jack, ace, a lot of the high cards that can potentially pick up equity on the turn or coming along, I think they would be more likely to fold with a bigger bet. So I'd probably lean towards going bigger on this flop.
Yeah, I guess my thing is like we have so many outs for 12, though.
I look
Like,
at this flop. Oh, sorry, Johnny. Go ahead.
go ahead. I just go ahead.
This thing's four ways.
Flop. I look at this flop and know that I'm firing 3 bullets at it, and so I'm gonna go small because I know I'm firing 3 bullets at it. And so
Okay.
I want to price it accordingly.
Yeah, I mean there is that.
I guess the way I see it is we just have so many outs, and like I don't want anybody to fold really, and I'm going to be calling a 3-bet, and I don't want to call like an over bloated like pot 3-bet.
Well, we want worse hands to fold, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what folds though that we want to fold.
They'll fold by the turn. Like I said, I'm gonna bet this, and I'm gonna bet every spade, 9, 10, 7, jack, queen, king, ace.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, I might check, but like everything else, I'm betting for sure.
So you like going small just because you're going to bet 3 streets?
Yeah, I'm gonna go small here, bomb the turn, and then evaluate river, and a lot of times bet river. Because whatever's calling us here and then calling the turn, generally is going to be an 8, a 6 with a draw. You know what I mean? And we're going to get those. They might be sticky on the turn, but they're certainly not going to call 3 streets.
Do you think if you've got an 8 or 6 calling you, that's probably going to fold on the turn or river? Are we not missing value by going up a little bigger on the flop?
I mean, are we missing value? I don't think a 6 will call one big one. Sure. If 6 is going to call the small one, they're not going to call the big one on the turn.
Uh-huh.
I guess the way.
Let me think about that for a second.
Yeah,
the way that you just explained it, like because I thought about that too, and I feel like that every card that comes on the turn for that's going to be favorable for us is also going to be favorable for them. It's just we're in a better spot to get more of it, I think.
Yeah, I think that kind of hits it. I think every favorable card is favorable for us, but then there's a lot of good bluff cards when we miss the turn.
Yeah.
That we can get some of this other stuff to fold. That we get juice from here. That we get the fold. Going big and then the problem is going big and then going big is now we've narrowed the range. Whereas if I go small, I keep them wider.
Does us being 100 bigs deep factor into us wanting to go smaller and maybe keep the pot at a manageable size? I know we're nutted right now, but yeah, we don't want to get 100 bigs in on really any flop.
Yeah, so I would probably go small, medium, large on my bet sizes.
I can do that.
35%, go like 45%, and then go 60-65% on river, something like that.
All right.
So what are we going to call that? What are we going to call that, Toe? Is that like the super alley? We go small, medium, large.
So we end up going big and getting folds. But yeah, I think it's another spot where we missed a little bit of value by not popping it, and maybe we can go a little bit smaller and get a little more value on the flop. That's trash. I don't see any reason to defend that. My garbage hands, like sometimes I'll just let them go in the small blind. You guys ever just complete in there?
I used to, there for about a month. I was pretty much playing like almost 95% of my range, but over the last like couple weeks, I've started walking people a lot more.
And this has to be the right villain to do that, but I fold there. I fold that at 95% probably.
This is a spot where it's better to fold or raise. Because heads up on the blinds, you really want to raise all your shit, raise your shit for value, and then everything in the middle you kind of want to see flops with, right? So I'm either going to raise or fold this, and I kind of go 50-50 each.
Yeah, and we don't have too many hands on him. 0% fold to steal, and he is Yeah, it's hard to say with 58 hands. 3-betting 17% out of the big blind, that would probably make me lean towards fold. But yeah, I agree. Raise a lot of your trash and call your middling hands for sure. A lot of people will just let it go if you throw a 3.5 or 4x out there. Oh, button facing under the gun. He's got 21-ish bigs. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys calling, three
Are
betting?
we going to play him for stacks?
I wouldn't want to with this hand.
So I would, if we're not going to play him for stacks, I think we fold, just because if we flat, we're giving more incentive to 50 grays jamming on us, and then we just give up 2 bigs for no reason.
Yeah. Sometimes I might 3-bet this, but I think him only having 23 bigs, I think I'm just gonna let it go. I don't want to put in 20 bigs with king queen.
I'm 3-bet folding.
3-bet folding.
Because he's
But
got 3 big, I can pressure, and if he comes over the top, I know I'm beat. I don't mind folding it. And if he flats, then I get to see bet the flop in position, and type is good. And I block kings, queens, ace king, and ace queen.
Mm-hmm.
Per a discussion we had earlier today, Raise Your Edge probably has this as a 3-bet fold spot half the time.
yeah, I guess the way that I see it is we're going to have to raise this up to about probably like 45, like between like 43 and 45. And then we're going to be forced to call 50 grays, right? And then if 50 grays
How many
jams,
chips does 50 grade have? Like, I can't the blinds.
he's got 15 bigs. And then we're just stuck in a really bad spot.
Folding to him because I have to run that one, but I don't even hate folding the team blind because with an early raise and a 3-bet from you, and then he goes over the top, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And you're always fucked. You know?
Right. Well, I know that's a call, but what I'm saying is, like, do we really want to get ourselves in that spot? Like, I mean,
we've got 100 bigs. We can 3-bet fold all day. But I don't mind taking the aggressive route and 3-bet folding it. I think letting it go is okay, but maybe we're missing a spot where we can take advantage of.
Again, like, I'm 3-bet folding even to the 15 blind jam because I think that 15 blind jam is only going to be the tippy top of his range, and he's not going to it's not going to happen off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah, I would let it go to a 15 or a 20 big jam. If
Yeah.
the original opener only had 15, I'd 3-bet fold it all day. I think flatting is probably the worst of the options. Because now we just let it go.
Yeah.
Probably positive EV.
Fold, fold, fold. Standard open, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We got a 25 big jam.
Woo!
What do you guys think?
I say it time and time again. I just hate calling off. Like, I probably fold here. I just hate calling off, regardless of how big my stack is.
I think so too, 100%. I think the best case scenario, we're up against the king queen, and even then we're 60-40. I think most of the time we're dominated by a bigger ace or flipping, or at worst we've got one over against nines and up. I think what's the bottom of your call range here? What's the weakest hand you're going to call this 25 big jam with?
Ace queen.
Yeah.
Ace jack suited.
I think ace jack suited be
kind of
close.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be checking stats on ace jack suited, and looking at his stats, I would be tanking for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, I'd probably be pulling up like my range chart to see where 10.
With
Dude.
What's that?
Yeah.
Probably calling pocket.
Yeah, I can throw this in ICMizer and we can see.
I think it's a fold, but I'm curious about ace jack suited. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I know this is a fold. I don't know about ace jack suited. It's
I think
probably a
pocket,
fold. My guess would be it's a fold, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think
Yeah,
pocket,
put it in for ace jack suited. I'm pretty curious about that too.
what do we think of eights right there, guys? That I think it's fold.
Pocket eights.
Pocket eight?
Pocket eights. I'm calling. I'm on the better side of the flip.
Super
eights are
close.
calling, too.
Yeah, I think eights might be the bottom of the range. Nines for sure.
So I was thinking I'd call eights for 20, but 25 is
I call eights for up to like 30, depending on the situation and the spot.
okay.
Okay, cut off. All right, let's give him a range for
Just use
jamming
Nash. Just use
25.
Nash for now.
Do what?
You just calculate it, automatically use Nash.
Oh, just what it already had in there?
Yeah.
It's like ace jack off up, ace 10 suited up, and sevens up. That is, let's see, chip big blind. Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
You can set ICMizer for Nash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Nash
it
by
automatically
default.
calculates it in Nash. You have to go in and
And then,
change it
but
off.
the truth is that nobody's shoving Nash. So now go into his range and you can tighten it up and see if it's still a call.
Right.
So when you start it up, it automatically is set with Nash settings? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you go tighter from there because people don't generally shove Nash. But
Right.
what's his range for shoving?
It was this is what it was set up as, but I think it would probably be tighter than that. I don't think he's doing it with king 10, maybe king jack.
He seemed a little bit on the tighter side.
Yeah, his 3-bet was 0 of 18 over 50 hands.
And I'd take out the ace 7 suited too.
Okay,
I'd
so
leave
yeah,
the ace 8 though.
Ace is probably ace 10 suited or something.
Yeah, we can even take it up a little bit. I think that's
Fair.
so even then, throws out the
ace
ace
jack
jack.
suited is right
eight
on the
plus.
cusp.
Yeah. I think
So
that looks
in that
about right.
Ace jack fold.
But yeah, eights are good. I was pretty spot on.
But they're
Oh, yeah.
good, but they're 0.34 chip good. So I think that's one of those spots
marginal.
where, yeah, one of the super marginal ones. Nines go up to two big blinds,
Oh
which
yeah,
I think
that is a pretty big jump.
definite call. But eights, I wouldn't feel good or bad either way. I would probably lean towards fold, considering his 0 to 18 3-bet. But I think any other player probably just call.
Yeah, call my ass.
Let's get these back here. Oh, thank you. King queen suited under the gun, standard open. Big blind comes along. Pretty good flop for us, I think. We face a donk,
Flat it.
a super small donk. You guys just flatten.
I flat. I can see a justification for a raise and just taking it down now, but like I hate that line. It's basically just saying like don't donk on me.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. Fuck your donk.
But I don't mind people donking on me though. That's the thing. Like it doesn't bother me. I
don't mind either.
I
think we
hate
have a
people
value
trying to steal my
hand, and this donk
blinds.
is super weak on a board that's impossible to hit. Fuck this shit.
So you like popping it?
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Got 100. He's got 55.
So what Toe's
It's
doing is
just-
Toe's diagnosing this as a stab donk.
This is a check, in my opinion. Full on betting.
Oh, you're treating it as if dude checked?
Oh
Or-
yeah.
Not dude, Durbin.
Yeah, because how many twos do we actually have in our range,
And then
right?
you're not donking with them. You're checking to the aggressor always. So you're telling me you have a 4 or nothing? Fuck off.
I gotta quit calling villains dude when we're studying with dude.
Yeah, I think the majority of my twos, if not all of them, are going to be a check raise for sure.
Absolutely right.
But do we have any twos? Like ace 2 suited? That's like it.
Are you talking about us? No, I mean I don't have any twos.
Yeah, we
I
got
don't-
all pocket pairs.
The problem is now we can't raise this because flatting flop check raise turn is like such a fucking strong line. So you have to flat.
Yeah.
And again, I think we might be losing value.
Yeah, just let him keep bluffing off, I think. That's a nasty
Oh,
card.
Yeah, I was wondering about what we do in the double pairs. No, you just kind of have to call off.
Yeah, I don't think I'm folding this. Let's see what he had.
Or will we?
Drum roll.
Yeah, it should show this one. He had the ace of king.
Mm.
Got him.
yeah, the ace blocker. He thought he was good with
So
the ace
yeah,
blocker.
I
It's like,
mean,
oh, good.
if we pop that on the flop, he's probably still coming along with the ace of clubs. Turn, he probably check calls. We can get juicy value. So yeah, I
Yep.
think we missed value again there by not raising the flop.
Yeah, that's a spot I miss
I mean,
a lot. Sure.
that specific spot we lost value, but I feel like he's got a lot of deuces. He's got a lot more deuces and a lot more fours. Like his range is more conducive to that board than it is ours for sure. Like he's got range
I think that's
advantage.
a bullshit board with a bullshit bet. Fuck this guy's bullshit. I mean, nobody does that with value ever. It's bullshit. And a matter of fact, like I'm about the donk lead. I use that a lot lately, but I don't think that's the right spot. You know, if you have like a 9-7-5 board and you have 8-4, go ahead and donk lead in that spot and bet the turn. You know what I mean? But just donking out on a 2-4-4 board or a 4-2-2 board, you just never hit it. You never ever hit it. It's terrible. You're not telling a story that makes any sense.
Yeah, and like especially coming from the small blind, if you did hit it, you're gonna check because you're gonna want to check raise the C bet.
Yep.
But didn't that dude get his bet out of the check paired boards camp? Or bet paired boards camp, I mean?
Again?
He saw the paired board, bet it. Similar to what we do.
Yeah, except he didn't check the aggressor. He should have check raised himself. You know, like I'm cool if he checked. Well, one, he didn't 3-bet pre, right, with the ace king.
Yeah, there's that.
So there's that. Two, so there's that. Then on a 2-4-4 board, I check raise those boards a lot, just because people stab at them because they're paired. And then what do you do when I raise it? You know. I don't know if 2-2-4 is the board to do that either, though, because again, like maybe in his spot, because that's what I would do if I had a 2 or a 4. So yeah, I could see that. But the donk lead in that spot just makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. And then if dude 3-bets, even if he does have ace king and dude 3-bets him there, what does ace king do? Like they're calling probably, but they're sure as fuck not happy. And dude is screaming overpair. You know, like he reps it. Dude reps everything, and the donk leader is repping nothing out of position. You know, you're burning chips.
Yeah,
I agree 100%.
You guys ever flatten out?
No.
I am, but I don't think it's great because you're not going to realize your equity very often.
Yeah, I think it's super weak.
I mean, you're flattening that sometimes, though?
I think I'm flattening that a lot until I'm in raise. But again, I think like I'm going to get C-bet off boards I'm going to get the C-bet off the best hand a lot. So I think this is an okay fold.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you hit your ace, you're really not that super comfortable with it.
No, and if it comes down king 4 deuce and he's got queen jack, he's going to C-bet, and what are you going to do? You're kind of screwed, right? Maybe not king 4 deuce, I gave you a gutter, but king 4 8, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And you're just going to float with a weak ace. That sucks. You don't realize your equity, so I do like the fold. All right, guys, I got to bail.
All right, take it easy, Joe.
I'm still folding this here.
I've been checking this back a lot lately. Like I kind of just treat this like middle pair, right? Like.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're only getting called by better, and no reason to blow the pot.
Yeah, we do have range advantage though, so I don't hate a bet. But like, I also think that big blind can call us off with a lot and cause us not to realize our equity.
Yeah. So I end up betting small. I think
Yeah.
that was a mistake. 'Cause
No.
we could have checked back and we could have repped that ace. We could have just checked back. Now, if we check back, I think it shows super weakness.
I think with the rainbow board, you're
Um,
fine with an alley-oop type situation, just like you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I think maybe a check back, bet the turn might have been better, but we ended up taking it down. That's good board for us. You guys like coming along with the 7-8?
Oh, I'm flatting that all day.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's not my favorite situation in poker, but you're making the best out of a bad situation.
I actually love that spot. You know why? Because I'm either going to hit it or I'm not. Like, it's pretty cut and dry after the flop hits. Like, that's why I love suited connectors. Because it makes playing post flop so easy. It's like you either got it or you don't.
Yeah, definitely easy to get away from. Fold.
Yeah, I mean, you missed pretty bad a lot.
Yeah.
Here, I think I'm running up to 6-7K.
Yeah,
What,
definitely.
he's got
Like a 3-bet. He's got like
a little over
30.
30 bigs.
Yeah. Hopefully we can 3-bet get it in with him.
Yeah.
Let's play post. Ooh.
We got to bet. We, like, that hit him about, that hit him worse than it hit us, like, range-wise.
Yeah, I think we're good to bet. We've got backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. I
He doesn't
might
have-
go.
The only thing he's calling you with when you bet here is like 10x, in what realistically like a 10 jack or a 10 king or a 10 queen, or like maybe sevens, eights, nines, but or like, and he's only raising like sets. I don't even see him raising two pair here because he doesn't have any.
Yeah, I might go like 40% with plans on bombing the turn. I like 60%. But I think if we go like 88 or 87 or 85, in between the 8 and 9 range, that's half his stack. I think he's probably going to jam or fold. And I might call off. That was super small. He just
Yeah,
folds.
I like the small bet because I think that we get the same result, big or small. So why risk getting jammed on?
Yeah,
You know?
that's true. Fold. What was that? Yeah.
Are we doing team toe tomorrow then?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's what I thought.
6. Actually, I think I'm gonna head out too, man. I'm gonna finish eating and probably fire up a few tables. I'll save this spot if you guys want to pick it up next time.
Right on.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me. Because I was thinking about quitting at 9 o'clock anyway, Eastern Standard Time. So that works out great.
Awesome. All right. Well, good study, guys. We'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah,
All right.
good. Thank you.
Hey,
All right.
so Twirl, you didn't
Yeah.
really say a whole lot this group. What'd you get? Final thoughts? What'd you get?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm realizing there's a lot less I know about this game than I thought. There's a number of places you guys play, hands that you guys play that I would fold. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around what it is I need to start looking at for study-wise. Because I've been playing for over 10 years, but not at this level, obviously.
Right.
Not putting
So
thought
I
into
guess what I would suggest in that aspect is when you see something that confuses you and you're like, why did you just do that? Right? You know what I mean? Like, I would have folded that, and this is why I would have folded. Chime in, like, just let us know. Like, be like, hey man, I would have folded this, but kind of help me understand why you bet it. You know what I mean?
No, fair enough. That's reasonable. It just seemed like I was getting more from just letting you guys talk and not ruining your train of thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Anytime you see something, that you have different thoughts on, or you might have done it different, that's even good for us. There are 1,000 different ways to do 1,000 different things, and I think the better understanding you have of all angles and what all players would do, the better for everybody.
Just keep raising.
Bet.
The rest will work itself out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the
Super
opposite.
rolled and don't stop raising. Just like raise, and just be super rolled when you do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop
That's
off
how I
here and
make
get
all
some
my
food.
money.
Appreciate you guys going over some hands with me. We'll catch you guys next time.
Yep.
Take care.
Thanks,
All right.
dude.
Anytime, man. Take care.
Oh, is he bailing? Shit.
Yeah, he was done.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I can't see why twirl can't be super like tag. Maybe not as tight as like your standard tag, but you know what I'm saying.
I would say that if you are less comfortable post flop, tag is a good way to start, and then branch out into some of these other spots to take advantage.
And when you brought that up the other day, Toe, like I really thought about that, and I was like, maybe I need to like kind of take a step back and go back to the fundamentals and just like, if I don't feel comfortable playing this post flop, just let it go. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't feel comfortable with it, let it go. Talk about it later, and then maybe I'll be more comfortable with it later. But I just don't feel comfortable with it now, so I'm going to let it go. And I know,
especially with these medium strength hands that are going to get you into trouble post flop, it's better to avoid those spots if you don't know how to get yourself out of sticky situations.
Mm-hmm. And I noticed that when I started doing that I've been firing less two barrels, if that makes sense. I've been firing two less bullets, I've been firing, because typically I only fire two bullets at a tournament, right? And I've been firing a second bullet a lot less. The fact that I'm kind of letting go of spots that I feel like I'm not going to be comfortable playing post flop. So I definitely like that a lot. It definitely helped me out.
Yeah.
Well, I see a lot of these guys in the Lappy camp that are like taking lumps with these hands that I would describe as marginal. Because
Yes.
play those hands,
so
but
here's the
people
problem with that style, because I know a lot about that style because I study with people who are coached currently by the guy Lappy was most recently coached by, even though he's not with him anymore. So the idea there is if you think the people in the button and the blinds are weak, you're going to raise super wide to play against the guys in the blinds and the button pretty much.
Yeah,
where it gets sticky and where honestly Lappy specifically makes a lot of mistakes against me specifically is that Lappy's a good guy and he is a good poker player. So let me preface it with that. The problem with him is that he has a superiority complex where he doesn't realize who else is good. And so I can tell you right away that I respect Lappy, but Lappy does not respect me from a poker perspective. And so he has gotten stacked by me, I would say, 10 out of the last 10 times he and I have battled.
Wow.
Because I know he's super wide. I know he's going to barrel off. I know a lot about I know his game and respect his game way more than he respects me. And so there's value in that. The problem is if you're a student of Lappy, and this goes for sixes too, because sixes is one of these guys. You've all watched that stream where he's super wide. It's because he's super capable post flop. He's better than the field most of the time. If you're coaching people who are still up and coming or have serious leaks in their game, if you coach that style, those leaks are only going to get exponentially worse because they're going to be too wide, out of position, not know when to bet and when not to bet, get themselves in trouble spots, and things like that. So that's my long-winded take on that.
I don't know.
like your 7-10 suited and hands like that. I mean,
7-10 suited, perfect example. He's going to open that under the gun if he thinks you're weak in the blinds. So if you get to showdown and he shows that shit, it's because he thought you were a shitty player. So keep that in mind.
All right, guys. I'm going to stop the recording, but if you guys want to stick around and chat, we can. It's been pretty good. We'll probably, hopefully, because Dude said he'd be back next week to hit part 2 of that tournament. So,
Are we doing Team Toe tomorrow, Toe?
Yeah, of course. Oh no, fuck.
Because you had the wrong date on there.
I scheduled it for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.